going to read the 11th chapter of the book that we have been reading, and the book name is The 59%. If you haven't read this book, so you should check it out because it is a good book, and we are almost at the end of finishing this book. Okay, and the chapter that we are going to read, it is 11th chapter, and the chapter name is You versus Your Hormone. Okay, so lately I have learned one thing, and that is how to build self-confidence. It was kind of hard for me, but then I realized that what is it? It is just be original and don't think much, and become completely seamless. Because why you need to think a lot when you are just being yourself? So that is something that will help you. Also, I have kind of analyze or really got inspired a lot by one of the quote. That quote was something, fake it until you make it. So I'm going to fake that I'm very confident until I won't be, like, until it won't be become my routine. So I'm like, okay, I'm very confident, I know everything, no one else knows anything, I'm the one who know everything. So right now I'm something like this, and I trust me, like, it is working very very good, because I'm not dealing with any anxiety, I'm not dealing with any self doubt, I'm not dealing with any self criticism or anything. It's something that I'm enjoying, and I want to be like this for forever. Okay, so yeah, if you are somewhere not able to believe yourself, not able to kind of trust yourself, you're thinking that you are worthless, or try to think that I'm the supreme, or say something out aloud, something very positive about yourself. So this will help you a lot. Okay, yeah, so now I think we should start the chapter. How can I get, okay, you versus your hormones. As you know that when we come in the phase of teenager, there are some hormonal change in our body, and there's no one who will teach us that what is hormones and what is it, all the fantasies that we are feeling and we are imagining. So sometimes we will feel that we are doing something that is very criminal, something that we should not do it completely. Even I used to have the same feeling, but now I don't, because I think that is my sexual need and it needs to be satisfied, and there's nothing wrong. Okay, so yeah, we are going to read something like this. Yeah, so let's start. How can I get rid of sexual feeling? It is a recurring question that my student ask. I wish I could make them realize that sexual feelings are as normal as your desire to eat, drink, or sleep. Since when did it become a necessity to get rid of it? When has it become an undesired thing to have? Means the author is saying the sexual thing is as important as your food, as your sleep. So if you're thinking that you need to control your sexual need, that is not true. Okay, it is normal if you're feeling like this. We are animal, unadvanced but still animals. Sex is an essential part of our system. As we grow up and reach a certain age, our reproductive organs become functional, and there is secretion of certain hormones that affect our bodies and emotion in new ways. These hormones also cause sexual attraction, including various body sensation, feelings, thoughts, so that we meet and maintain the continuity of our species. Yes, see, if you will not sex, how you are going to maintain the community of human beings? Suppose on this earth, everyone thinking that sex is something that is forbidden. It is not good. You should not even think about this. So, how we are going to maintain the continuity of our species? So it is very important, and yeah, if you're dealing with any sexual desire, don't control it. It is as normal as your desires for having a good food. Okay, this process is as natural as your mouth scratching saliva or your liver scratching enzymes. But if you are over indulge in sexual thoughts, can't concentrate on your studies or work, watch excessive pornography or sexual content, find yourself disturbed by your sexual thought, or feel like lost in a lot, then in that case is create a problem, and so it's high time you should make attempts to curb it, means to control it. Curb means something that should be controllable. Okay, so it means if you are having sex desire is as normal as having, you know, scratching, saliva, like that. So it is kind of very common. But if you are watching a lot of pornography, if you are so much indulged in sex, if you are not able to focus on your studies or on your work, so at that time it becomes kind of a problem or issue, and you need to curb it, means you need to control this. What to do, like how to control? There is a theory known as the theory of ironic process. According to this, the more you try to sus- suppress a thought, the more persistent it will be. Okay, let's take example. For 10 seconds, don't think about a monkey. Well, I'm thinking about a monkey. Okay, so whatever you will stop yourself, you will crave for that a lot, right? So that's what it means. If you tell your brain not to think about a certain thing, your brain will reflect more strongly about it than if you were not trying to avoid thinking about it. You must have noticed that the moment you know that there is no water in the house, you suddenly start feeling thirsty, or when you fast, you can't stop thinking about food. The same theory applies in the case of sexual thoughts too. So when you try not to think about sex, your brain spends a lot of time looking for thoughts that deal with sex. So don't just try. Don't say to your mind that don't think about it. Don't do it. If you think you are a person who has to deal with these things, the first thing you have to do is to stop sitting idle, right? In most cases, these feelings overpower you when you are lonely and bored. See, if you are indulged in something, suppose if you are working something hard, gonna think about it. So kind of indulge yourself into some work so that you will not think about it, right? Don't let monotony lure you into the its grip. Activities like watching, reading pornography, contact, sexually explicit web shows, and sexual conversation, etc., seems innocuous initially, but later it becomes an addiction. When you indulge in these activities, it lower your body cortisol, which is the primary stress hormone levels. As a result, the neuron in the primary dopamine producing areas of the brain are activated, which increases dopamine level, a chemical that makes you feel expose yourself to makes you feel pleasurable and improve your mood. Furthermore, when you expose yourself to explicit content, your brain relieves a dopamine rush and spends it along reward path, which makes you feel ecstatic. This rewards your brain behavior again and perpetuate this habit of watching pornography, and that ultimately leads to the natural need to make masturbate. This becomes more problematic when students start to consider these activity as coping mechanism to alleviate stress or depression rather than comfort them. Yeah, like, see, there should be limit for everything. Don't get addicted to anything. If you're getting addicted, you need to realize that am I really addicted to this? How you are going to realize it? Suppose if you are not able to concentrate on your studies, if you are not able to concentrate on your work, if you are watching so much pornography, or if you are just if you are not able to do anything, all the time you're thinking about that thing only, then you can tell that yeah, you are a sex addict. How to stop it, how to deal with it? Indulge yourself into some other work. What happens most of the time when we are sitting idle, we are not doing anything, at that time we think about these things. So try to do something, right? If you are a student, here I am mentioning some reliable ways to combat your sexual temptation. You must have heard this famous saying, out of sight, out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind. That is a good one. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay. Make sure you keep away from things that tempts you with unhealthy desire or kicks that cause a hormonal rush. Be it image, video, or actual people. Social media like Instagram had designed their algorithm to show you content that excites you so that you don't keep your phone down. Make sure you do not fall into this their trap. Do not follow these expert pages, or if possible, refrain from your own app. In today's world, most students use the internet to study, and you can't actually shut down the internet. So try to use a laptop instead of your mobile phone and install an advertising blockers. Sometimes semi erotic advertising is also a big trigger. One rule, out of sight. See, don't you just think about completely see, even nowadays on social media girls do shows their upper body portion a lot, so that kind of thing make you high, right? So what you can do, don't follow these pages, right? Out of sight, out of mind. And if possible, use your social media handles in your Google Chrome. That would be one thing that would be very advantageous for you. I do the same thing. Second one, identify the reason why you restores to pornography. It is because you spend too much time alone? Is it because you have nothing to do and you are constantly free? Or is it because you are stressed and use it as an escape? Ask yourself this honestly. And once you have the reason, consider eliminating it. Most of the time, sexual temptation arises when you are bored and you have a lot of free of time in your hand. If you spend your free time bored and alone, the temptation to seek it will be harder to resist. So find something else you can occupy yourself in. In general, I do not recommend paying video games, but they work pretty well in this case. Download games like Yellow, Brain It, On. They are pretty exciting and will help you out. So do anything. Suppose if you are very sex addict, in the starting you can play a game, you can do anything. If you are a person who read books, just try to read books. Okay, anything that will keep you out of that side, do it. Okay. Remember that there is no end to lust. The more you feed its craving, the more it will ask you. You will find we consumed with thoughts about it. Even if you are not actively watching or doing it, it's not like you can actually satisfy your mind. This is comparable to the addiction to cigarette. I have seen people say this is my last. I will never have one again, and then I'll end up having more. So there is no lust, no end of lust, but you can control it. See, being sexual with yourself is not a problem, is not something wrong, right? But there should be some limit, right? How much you are going to do? Does this thing will going to affect your work, your studies? Don't use it as a stress buster. I'll say that you can satisfy yourself twice in a week. That is fine. Twice is fine. See, even you need, twice is fine. 3 times in a week is also fine. So don't just do over it. I have seen few people like, yeah, there are also in my friend circle. There are few of my friends who kind of do it, like overdo it 2 times in a day. So that is very overdue and it is very unhealthy also. Don't do it. Okay. If you consume explicit content a lot, it becomes compulsive and it starts to interfere with your self-worth. It affects your ability to function in your relationship, at work, and other aspect of your daily life. What actually happens is that when you are addicted, you spend an inordinate amount of time watching these things rather than interacting with others or completing your essential task. Your mind is wonderful servant but a horrible master. You will have the idea that you are harming your career, relationship, and sabotaging your state of well-being, but you will not be able to do anything because you become a slave of your own brain. So what to do then? Firstly, remember that you are a human being and you should have both light and darkness in you. What really matters is the part of yours that you allow to rule on your subconscious. What matters is the part on which you decide to act. Therefore, do not condemn your vice. Just as you bring light into the room and the darkness disappear, similarly, you bring awareness, all the vice simply goes away as if it had never been there. Okay, see, there's like both the side. You'll feel, but you need to control. Suppose if there is darkness in the room, what you can do, you can turn on the light and it will light up, right? So, I suppose you are having so much sexual desire. Talk to people, talk to your friends, make a call and talk to your friends, right? If you have a pet, spend time with them. It will work a lot. So, try to do it. There's nothing, anything impossible. There's nothing anything where there's no solution. So there's always some solution. You just need to open your eyes and you just need to let it in so that you can solve that issue, right? Porn often gives you an unrealistic representation of sex and human body. It creates a false impression of what an advantage average body looks like and what sexual behavior really is about. You will have to understand that nothing they represent is real, and most actors you see have gone through surgery to do like that. Pornography also promotes sexism and fills your mind with sexuality, objectifying understanding of gender and sexuality. Your mind is forced to find misogynistic, be aggressive, and non-sexual sex arousing, which degrades. Why the fuck there are so many noises? Oh god. Like this lady is screaming since a very long time, and I'm really getting anger on my nerves. Which degrades you as a person morally and ethically. Sometimes I feel that why the hell I'm living in this locality where people shout out, like shout so loud. Like I can listen the voice even I am one or two home away from that lady. Like why? You can just go down and then call them. But why the hell you're screaming? Right? I don't like screaming and all. It affects my mind, mental peace. I hate it. So see, whatever they show in the sexual in porn, that is not that true. Most of the time, they take few kind of medicine so that they can increase the size of their boobs and all that things. So it's not even that close. And whatever you see that a girl is putting so much thing inside their vagina, it's not that true. Being a girl, I know that our vagina is not as deep as this show. It is like normal. So it is something unrealistic, and I don't know about boys version, but see, whatever they show is so fake, and whatever they show that girls like this, it is just like vomiting. So they are not something, it is real. Okay. Third point, it is a hard pill to swallow, but in most cases, your own friend influence you in these things, both consciously or unconsciously. For example, why the hell this man is screaming out of his lungs? They could tell you stories about their sexual encounter, which can be true or made up. Send you a spit video, engage in inappropriate conversation, which trigger you into sexual temptation. Try to keep a distance from these kind of things, right? Not making an effort to stop something is equivalent to encouraging it. Wow. Not making an effort to stop something is equivalent to increasing it. The most minor of measures have enormous implication. So it means, suppose sometimes friends are our enemies, so what they will do, they will try to exploit you. But you don't need to let them go and let them wait. Don't do it, right? Like you have brain, right? You have brain. We all have. So You know that what is good for you, what is not good for you, then why the hell are you listening to them? They'll send you some kind of images, some kind of videos. They will tell you about their sexual fantasies or whatever they did with their sexual partners, but they could be true or they could be made up. Don't get indulged to it, right? You can completely say that I'm feeling uncomfortable and I don't like this kind of thing, then just leave that place, right? Let me tell you a story. Adi Shankara, a philosopher from ancient India who traveled across the Indian subcontinent, tempted through the market with his discipline. They saw men pulling a cow by a rope. Shankara told the man to wait, asked him disciples to surround him. I'm going to teach you something, he said. Tell me, who is tied to whom? Is the cow tied to this man or this man tied to the cow? His disciples answered without hesitation, of course, the cow is bound to the man. The man is the master, he holds the rope. The cow must follow him wherever he goes. The man is the master and the cow is the slave. Now watch this. Sankara said, taking a pair of scissors from his bag and cutting the rope. The cow ran away from the master and the man ran after his cow. Look what's happening, Sankara said. Do you understand who is the master? The cow is not interested in this man. Indeed, the cow is struggling to escape from this man. This is the case with your mind. Like the cow, all the nonsense that we carry inside is not interested in us. We are interested in it. We keep it together somehow or the other. We are going crazy trying to keep it under our control. The moment we lose interest in all the garbage filled in our head, and the moment we understand its futility, it will start to go away. Like the cow, it will escape and disappear. So you need to master. Don't let your mind master. Who is the master, you or your mind? You. Then why the hell you are defeating by your mind? Don't let it happen. Okay, see, the reason why I record these kind of videos so that I can improve my English. I'm not that good at it when it comes to speaking, right? I do make some kind of errors, or I'm not that fluent, or sometimes my voice modulation is not that good. So that's the reason I'm kind of recording this voice so that I can see that where do I need to make improvement and all this stuff. So that's the reason, and I kind of do it because I like to do it and I want that I should be fluent in English. That's the reason I won't let you know the whole dream of mine that why the hell I'm doing it, but still I gave you why do I do it. Okay, I think you got it right. So that was the reason, and I hope that you must be having good day. If you are kind of dealing with your sexual desire, let it go. Eat an ice cream, do something, eat Maggie, play with your pet. There are so many things apart from sexual stuff. So do those things. Don't let your brain master you. You are the master, not your brain. Right? That's it, I will say. And thank you for, if you're watching this video, thank you so much. If no, also thank you so much. Okay. See you soon. Have a wonderful time ahead. Love you, and I'm sending you a virtual hug. Love you.